to do it. So as oops, we forgot. As we get acclimated, if you skip a step or you miss an area or you're using a different hand, it's okay. Like it's really more a very personal practice, but there are some guidelines and understanding to make it work better. The benefits to EFT tapping really are so broad and so personal, but really it's like releasing emotional blockages within your thought patterns and in your physical body, reducing stress, creating room to relieve anxiety, enhances like confidence for affirmation tapping. So you can go into what's bothering you tapping, or you can go into the positive like manifestation tapping. So they both work collectively together. And then we have supporting your emotional regulation or strengthening your voice. There's a lot of room for you to kind of find what it targets for you specifically. And before we get into how to do it and our practice today, I'd like to ask some reflective questions to the group and welcome you to type them into the chat if you want to, or totally keep them to yourself, but it's just something to think about. So generally, in this general season that you're in right now, could you possibly think about any emotions that you've been experiencing that are showing up for you that are challenging? And it's okay if it's regular for you, whatever it is, if you can recognize what that is and maybe share that with the group. Single word, mostly it could be like having trouble sleeping or building relationships or anxiety or confidence or anything like that. I'd love to hear. Today's practice is mostly going to be focused on self-love and self-acceptance, and that can come forward differently, like I'm saying, for every single person. But the intention is that you find a little bit of elevated spirit in today's. You walk away from tonight being like, yeah, I am great. Yeah, I do have power. Yeah, I feel wonderful, and kind of lead your week moving forward in that way. Okay, so I'm reading anxiety, trouble sleeping, frustrated, hopelessness, trouble eating, sleeping, grief. That's a big one. Thanks for sharing that. Those are big. Grief. Grief is a good one, or common one, pardon me. Anxiety, grief. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so EFT tapping can address these things very simply by you answering the questions of like being really honest with yourself. So if you're working one-on-one with an EFT practitioner, you're just talking to them, you're chatting with them. Oh, I'm feeling sad about this person said this, or this person did that, or I'm feeling really activated by this person's choice, and this is how I'm feeling right now. And the practitioner will repeat what you're saying to them, and you recognize what you're saying. You get to hear it back, and you keep doing that, hearing it back while touching the meridian points. And sometimes we release and dissipate the frustration because we realize that we're kind of mad. It's kind of silly. And you're like, okay, well, we get rid of that. And then it goes a little bit deeper. And then you have these like thoughts that come forward and you talk those out loud. And it's just kind of like a fluid, organic conversation. Okay, thanks for sharing that. All right, let's get into the tapping map. So the tapping map is the meridian points on the body and in the way that we will flow our practice today. So if you can sit in a upward position, you could lay down, I guess, but it's probably better in a seating position. So you want to be straight spine, and our first spot will be your karate chop. So I am right-handed, so my main hand that I'm using is the hand that I'm going to be chopping. It's okay if it's your left hand, whatever feels best for you. This is where we start in any practice, and we will set our intention here, and then we will move to the next practice. So from this meridian point, you're going to go to your eyebrow, and it's just a lightly touch. It's not very hard. You can use a single hand if that feels comfortable for you too. I'm a double person, so I like both. Sometimes I toggle. And from your eyebrow point, this is releasing blocks in this like mental space. You're going to go to the side of your eyes. So the side, very gently, almost like your temple, but not as far back, a little bit closer to the eye. In rapid tapping, there is really, really, really fast. In today's practice, it's a little bit slower because we're going to repeat our phrases and work through it together. We're not in a hurry, right? So from your side of your eye, you're going to go under the eye. This is your cheekbone space. And you're just going to lightly tap here or toggle. Sometimes I toggle. From this under eye space, you're going to go under the nose, right above your lips. This is a single hand tap. And from your nose, you're going to go to your chin. From your chin, you're going to go down with two hands to your collarbone. It's those two bones that you feel right here, and you're just going to tap them. So we have two more points from this in our sequence, and we're going to go under the arm. You can do right or left, so I put one hand up and I tap underneath the arm like this. And our final one is going to the top, starting from we're going to end and go back to the beginning, is the top of your head, just like this. Two hands. So some general tips as we're speaking is, yeah, lightly tapping. You don't want to be hitting yourself enough to where you're going to get a headache or you're going to feel frustrated because you're going to be doing this for 15 minutes. But you also want to create a rhythm that feels good to you. So as a class and the momentum of my speaking, we'll be working on the rhythm together. Steady pace, usually about 4 or 5 taps per phrase. And then your speed, it's like five seconds. It's really, you're only in each space very, very quickly. You can use, again, both hands or one hand, it's up to you. You can stop. And go with ease. So before we get into our practice, is there any questions at all? I will be demonstrating the entire practice with you, so if you get lost, just follow me. It'll be quite simple. Okay. So before we get into our EFT tapping, I would like you to find your collarbones and go slightly under. And I want you to gently close your eyes, and I want you to massage in light small circles in this little space, your upper chest space. And I want you to push in. It might be a little sore if you're not used to touching your body in this space at all, but we're just going to ground in here, making little circles. Your eyes are closed. And I'd like to invite you to take a big breath in through your nose and just gently exhale. Holding this space here, having gratitude that you showed up for yourself today, to learn something, to be present. Make time to gift yourself this energy of closeness and vulnerability and renewal. Every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. You get to choose how you want to live it. And right now, you're choosing to love yourself, and that is something to celebrate. All right, now gently release your hands to the top of your thighs or somewhere that's comfortable, and your hands are facing upwards. This is an act of receiving. Holding gratitude for this moment that you're here. And also for all the struggle and challenge, some of these words, these experiences that we're going through together, individually, together, within the collective, knowing that, yeah, being a human is like really freaking hard. And like some days are higher and hotter and heavier than others. But today, right here, we're going to address some of these things, and we're going to dissipate some of the yucky energy, and we're going to move forward into a week that feels abundant and strong and optimistic. All right, coming back to self. Thank you so much. Tuning in with me, giving me permission to be here with you. Okay, so the tapping session is quite fast. So we will go through 3 sequences of the same verbiage. Intuitively, sometimes I deviate and I add things that feel good in the moment. If there's something that I'm saying that doesn't resonate with you, let it go. Don't repeat it. Take what feels good for you and release what doesn't. There's no right or wrong here. If you think different things and you're like, oh, I want to say this to myself, say that to yourself. And yeah, have fun with it. Enjoy it. And let me know at the end. I'd love to hear about what things came up in your mind that may have prohibited you from speaking, or it was hard to say those things, or maybe it was really easy and you just enjoyed the flow. So all of those are open for discussion when you're ready. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to take a sip of water. So our focus is resisting or releasing any resistance and stepping and embracing fully into ourselves, self-love in its entirety and its aura and its 1,000 layers. It's not like, oh, I just love myself and yeah, It's you walk into a room and everybody feels that you feel confident in your being, giving you permission to speak and be and shine how you desire to be. So that is my wish for you for the rest of your life. You deserve to feel that way. So we're going to work a little bit on that today. Okay, so we're going to come to your karate chop right here. And we're going to set the tone. And setting the tone and setting your intention always has an ending phrase of I deeply honor and respect who I am, or I love myself. You always use these repetitive phrases as a coming home measure in EFT. And some of them change per practitioner, but generally they're all very, very similar. So that is going to be our, usually I say I deeply love and accept myself. Today we're going to be using slightly different, which was I deeply honor and respect who I am. Okay, coming here to your karate chop, taking a big breath in and gentle exhale. Even though I've struggled to fully love and accept myself, I deeply honor and respect who I am. I'm going to repeat that for you just so you get a tone on how I'm not going to say the whole phrase ahead of time, that you have space because some of them are long, so it'll be too hard to remember. Even though I have struggled to fully love and accept myself, I deeply honor and respect who I am. Going to the eyebrow point, I release any fear or doubt that prevents me from embracing my true self. I release any fear or doubt that prevents me from embracing my true self. Side eye. I release the need to judge myself. I release the need to judge myself based on others' outdated beliefs. Under the eye. I let go of any shame or guilt I carry about my expression. I let go of any shame or guilt I carry about my expression. Under the nose. I am worthy of love and acceptance exactly as I am. I am worthy of love and acceptance exactly as I am. Down to your chin. I express my truest self with pride, courage, and authenticity. I express my true self with pride, courage, and authenticity. Moving down to the collarbone. I communicate my truth boldly and compassionately. I express my truth boldly and compassionately. Under the arm. I am confident in who I am and I celebrate my uniqueness. I am confident in who I am and celebrate my uniqueness. Moving to the top of the head. Embracing confidence. I am confident in who I am. Embracing confidence. I am confident in who I am. We're going to do one more here at the top of the head. My heart is open and I radiate love. My heart is open and I radiate love. Coming back to your karate chop, I will move through the sequence now without referencing moving to the next meridian point. So if you get lost, that's okay, just catch up. And I will speak just slightly faster. Even though I've struggled to fully love and accept myself, I deeply honor and respect who I am. I release any fear or doubt that prevents me from embracing my true self. I release the need to judge myself or others based on outdated beliefs. I let go of any shame or guilt I carry about my expression. I am worthy of love and acceptance exactly as I am. I express my true self with pride, courage, and authenticity. I communicate my truth boldly and compassionately. I am confident in who I am, and I celebrate my uniqueness. My heart is open, and I radiate love and acceptance to myself and others. My heart is open, and I radiate love and acceptance to myself and others. Final phrase, sequence. Even though I have struggled to fully love and accept myself, I deeply honor and respect who I am. I release any fear or doubt that prevents me from embracing my true self. I release the need to judge myself and others based on outdated beliefs. I let go of any shame or guilt I carry about my expression. I am worthy of love and acceptance exactly as I am. I express my true self with pride, courage, and authenticity. I communicate my truth boldly and compassionately. I am confident in who I am, and I celebrate my uniqueness. My heart is open, and I radiate love and acceptance to myself and always. Gently release your hands down. Hold this space. Feel the tingle energy around your hands and just hold onto the space with yourself for a moment. I love and honor every single one of you for holding that truth and reinstating that positive affirmation into your being today, giving yourself permission to love yourself and explore yourself and be a little bit more expressive without judgment. To close our EFT space, I'd like to remind you that this powerful tool is an invitation at any time. It's really great when you're driving and you just need a little second, or you're talking in front of somebody and you need to bring your energy back to self. You can do that. I'd love to know, as a group generally, if there were any phrases in our sequence that felt hard to say, that were like, that doesn't really, I don't know how to say that. Like, it was like, I'd like that, but I don't know how it feels. I'd love to know that if that came up for you. Otherwise, yeah, you can do it for a long time. It usually practice sessions can be 45 minutes to an hour. So you take breaks, you go to the next layer of your thought, and you keep going. But it is quite fun, and it can be quite fast as well. Elaine, I actually love hearing that, because sometimes we just need to talk to our little selves, and our little selves, they want all the permission to be loud and beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. On that note, I'm going to toss the football back over to Melissa and allow her to guide us into a really steady and warm, relaxing sound.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you. Thank you. Keep going with that. We can just skip sound and you can just keep doing it. Um, a lot of really good feedback there. And yeah, I appreciate voices. I don't know about everybody else, but voices are something that can easily like grate my nerves. Uh, voices like will literally, it could be like the best teacher in dance, but if their voice just hits me funny, I can't do it. Same thing with yoga. Like it's just, I'm just one of those people, and your voice is really fits this. It's really soothing. um it's clearly like a mama voice. Like I felt really cradled. And it also took me to thinking about, I know like with my son, like he constantly loved to be gently tapped on the back. That was so calming for him, or at the base of his spine when he was a baby. So I kind of got that wrapped up feeling, which was really nice to have. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, so if we offered more tapping online, I'm throwing you under the bus. If we offered more tapping online, um, would that be something I like fully recognize this is something I want personally want you all to put in that, metaphorical tool belt so you can use it more frequently, but there's power in being guided. And so if this was something that we offered a little bit more frequently, just like you do with sound with me, or maybe it is a collab, maybe we do tapping and then move into sound, more tapping, great. Yes, tapping on the tummy. Yes. Love it. Love it. Thank you for the feedback, community. We appreciate it. All right. Mm, yeah, so let's keep this yummy feeling going. I think all the cues from Tuesday were they're really nice. They were really like spot on, at least for me. Felt really good to be able to repeat those things. Um, if anything that she said really connected to you, maybe that's something you kind of guide yourself into sound with, is repeating that affirmation to yourself. Um, right now, I would like for you all to just get into your space that feels comfortable, whether you're lying down, whether you're sitting up. Remember, there's nothing you need to see from me. It's really about you going inward. So now's your time. Get bundled up, put your eye masks on, turn your volume up. And as you lie down, I want you to start to get into whatever feels a really natural wave like breath. I'm not going to coach you into breath today, um, for sake of time, but I want you to lie down and start to think about that three part, that wave like breath, where we breathe it in nice and slow for four, we fill the body up, and then we release it nice and slow for four. So think about that wave rolling in and a slight pause as the wave rolls back out. Slight pause, and then the wave rolls back in. You inhale, little pause, and then you exhale. With each exhale, I want you to notice how the body feels against the mat that you're laying on, the bed, the couch, the floor, or the chair you're sitting in. And with each exhale, I want you to remind the body that you're safe right now. You're safe, you're held, you're in community space with folks that um, are here for the same thing, right? A little bit of nourishment, a little bit of acknowledgement, a little bit of that community collective care, right? We can't have self care without community care. I'm sorry, it doesn't exist. And as you exhale and you do fall deeper and deeper into your space, soften something. Maybe you're softening your brow. Maybe you're opening the mouth a little bit. Maybe you're letting the legs fall freely. Maybe you're opening up the hands and turning palms up to that receiving space. And with each exhale, you notice surrender entering into your space. Know that you are loved, even if you don't love yourself. Know that you are loved, even if you don't love yourself. Know that you are loved, even if you don't love yourself. Know that you are loved, even if you don't love yourself. Know that you are loved, even if you don't love yourself. Begin to come back into your body, into your space. Maybe wiggling the toes gently, maybe opening and closing the hands, slowly opening the eyes. Maybe a little shift side to side, keeping your movements small and gentle, but just coming back into your space. If you are lying down, take your time, roll to one side, sit for a second, take a couple of breaths, then start to roll the body up into a seated position if that feels right, because you're at home, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you're going to stay there. Maybe that's it for the night. I'd like to invite anyone to share any of their experience today. And then I want to plug our next Pride online class. For the next 3 Sundays, Yesenia will be doing some really specific Kundalini. It's a 3-part. We're going to kind of call it a series. But I invite you to go onto our calendar and look and read. So next is Healing Practice for Grief Through Movement. And that will be June 8th at 8 a.m. All right. Well, we will be on for just a few moments. If anybody has questions, if anybody wants to share anything, remember your job when you get off of this is to fill out the last survey. Can we all agree to do that? We're really good about doing the first survey. Released my stress, very relaxed. Good, good. If anybody else wants to share, we'd love to hear. Very calm and peaceful. You're welcome. It is a great Sunday. Great way to do Sunday. Tuesday, do you have anything you wanted to share?
Oh, I
Oh, I
was
was
going to
gonna
say
say
if
if
you're Oh, I
Now I
can
can
hear
hear
myself.
myself.
You
You
feel
feel ambitious. Oh, let
ambitious.
me turn, it's me. It's me. Let me turn this off. There you go.
There we go. If you feel ambitious at all outside of the space, that we would really love and appreciate your virtual review feedback on Facebook. We also have a Google. I'm not sure if that's accessible to the public, but at least on Facebook. And getting your feedback in this way is really helpful for other people that land on our page, that they see that other people are involved and active. So that's an option as well. I just want to thank you guys so much for sharing space, and I hope you have a really beautiful week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to everyone for showing up and happy Pride. Happy Pride. Thank you for kicking it off with us. And we now know that you want more tapping. So, yay. All right, everyone. Have a great Sunday. Please take good care of your hearts.
I hope your recording works.
To see.